Good afternoon. Didn't realize. Just came out of a call with a very good friend of mine. I actually called her just for 10 minutes and I said, I just need 10 minutes, just need to get something sorted, clarified. But we ended up, talking for an hour about a lot of things. And so anyway, how are you guys doing? I'm using a bit of a different color kind of thing on the screen. Hope you're well. Anyway, how are you doing? I didn't do a live yesterday because my daughter and I went out. It's half term, so it's not like I can sit at the computer or doing anything. We went out. She wanted to go out and see an aquarium, and I obviously couldn't get the tickets, so I took her to a garden centre and took her around, that they have like fish tanks and stuff. And I took her around that. It looked like an aquarium. It's just like literally fish in a tank. Fish in a tank, and that worked. Hi, lovely. How are you, Andrea? Hope you're well. It just had like a bit of a hailstorm situation going on just like a couple of seconds ago, and it's just stopped. Missed our chat this month. We didn't get that done, did we? So hope you're well. Anyway, I really wanted to talk to you about the gut instinct today. We often talk about gut instinct, intuition. And what is intuition? Intuition is your immediate understanding of something. So there's no need to think or seek another opinion or look. You just know. And it's a feeling in your body. It's a feeling in your body, and it's an experience, It's just so personal, so nobody else is going to understand that gut instinct or the intuition, so nobody else can relate to it. So you might be saying, I have this gut instinct, or I have this intuition, but it's very rare that someone else will be able to understand what your intuition is telling, because it's a very personal feeling and experience for you, and you normally feel it in your body. It's not a mind thing. It is something that you feel in your body. We don't tend to listen to our gut instinct a lot because we have been told a lot, conditioned a lot, not to listen to gut instinct. We live in our head, we listen to our intellect, and we listen to logic, we listen to rationality, which a lot of them are masculine energy. And so we miss a lot of opportunities to serve us good, well, when we don't listen to gut instinct. It always is right. Intuition about you, what you feel intuitively, is always right. It is a personal experience. So I just wanted to let you know about what is in the way of our gut instinct or intuition. One is overthinking. Intuition is like the ability to understand something instinctively, without need for conscious reasoning. And you will notice this as a parent. You'll notice this as a parent, whether you've given birth or whether you've adopted or whether you've come to parenting through fostering children or any other way. It really doesn't matter. You will know, especially with your children, you will know that something is not right. You don't need too many evidences. You just know. As a parent, you just know that something is not right, and that's your intuition. But what happens is we keep overthinking. Because we have been told right from the beginning to stay in our mind. We have been conditioned to stay in our mind. So we do a lot of overthinking. is this right for me? Is it rational? And then the other thing is should. We live in the shoulds. I should do this. I shouldn't do that. What will other person think of me if I do that? Should I do this? Should is always giving the power to somebody else. When you make a decision based on should, you're always giving the power to somebody else, because it is a societal judgment that you're giving attention to, not your gut instinct. And then there is also the prejudice and unconscious bias, There's prejudice is something like, it's like a quick judgment that the brain automatically makes based on past experiences, stereotypes and backgrounds, instead of based on our actual experience. So like we remember things, and when we remember things, we tend to go into the past, and we connect with the past experiences, and based on that past experience we make a prejudice. So for example, what can I say, you want to fall in love, you want to date someone, something like that. I'll just use that. You want to date someone, and then your gut might be saying, or your intuition might be saying, oh, this is the right person for me. But if you've had bad experiences in the past, you might be thinking, oh, is this the person for me? I see the same thing. So, you might be just not following your instinct or, intuition. And then always, especially this happens, when we parent with our children. Our children live in the intuition. They are so good. Their intuition is really, really good, right? But us as parents, we have given ourselves the permission to tell children that it isn't right. So we end up advising our children of a lot of things that intuitively they know it's not right for them or good for them. They live in the moment, children. But they live in the intuition, but we tell them not to. And the last thing is desperation. We don't listen to our intuition when we are so desperate. If you're a business owner, you probably experienced this. If you've started the business, I've done this, I've done this in my own business. You've started something and you so desperately need the money, and against your own intuition, you make really bad choices. Your intuition is saying, don't do this. Your intuition is saying, don't invest in it. Or your intuition is saying, don't work with this client. But instead, you end up working with them anyway, because the desperation happens in dating, marriage, just because you're so desperate to feel married, wanting the marriage experience or to be married, even when your intuition is saying that you shouldn't be with that person, you are going to be with that person. So those are the reasons why we avoid listening to gut intuition. And actually I forgot trauma. So when we have been through severe trauma, big or small, when we have been through severe trauma, especially childhood abuse, sexual, emotional, physical abuse, as a child, then we disconnect ourselves and we live in the confusion, constant confusion, and that could cause us to not listen to our own intuition. So something like, children will not grow up trusting their experiencing and their intuition when they have been through physical, emotional, sexual abuse, psychological abuse, So as parents and as adults, we've all got that responsibility to protect not just our children, every child around us, you know. It could be a real struggle tapping into gut instinct when you've been through any sort of abuse. So, how can you cultivate your intuition? So one is to have some clarity on your mind. Hello, lovely. So to cultivate your intuition, one thing you can do is to have clarity in your mind. Like I said earlier, when we've been through, you know, when we've been conditioned, when we've been through quite a lot of trauma, childhood trauma, we don't listen to our gut, but we can cultivate it if we are listening, if we are calmed down, and really trust what your body is telling you. So your body is always telling you the truth about yourself. Nobody is telling you the truth about yourself as much as your body is telling you. Okay, so always just like really slow down and listen to your body. Your body is talking to you. It could be a pain, it could be a shooting pain, it could be a tingle, it could be clamminess, it could be sweating, it could be a raised heartbeat or heaviness, a headache. It could be just anything. Whatever your body is telling you, that is true for you. So do a little bit of mindful breathing, you know, and once you've slowed down and noticed your body, all the sensations in your body, and then focus on you, not on the other people. You know, listening to your intuition is all about listening to what your body is telling you. You know, it's an experience that's happening within you, and then nobody else will relate to that. And therefore, just really focus on you. Okay. So what do I really need here? What is this telling me? What's important for me? You know, for example, if you're dating, if you want to get married, you know, if you want to connect with your children, and your gut is telling you not to say things to your child, but your rational mind is telling you, no, do give this advice. Instead of that, okay, just pause, feel your body, and then ask the question, what is this trying to tell me? Why is this important for me? Focus on you. Always got to take action. So when you recognize the physical sensations and when you focus on you, when you recognize your thought patterns, and we can then let it go. You can either do breathing, there's obviously EFT tapping, there's, you know, change your physiologies, just take a walk, write it down, journal, whatever it is, the way that you want to deal with it, you know, just take some action. So start with a little step. Let's start with a little step. So sometimes, like, if you think about marriage and dating and parenting and there, you know, if you think about their big decisions, big moments where you will really challenge yourself if you're not really used to listening to your gut instinct. But if you start with something simple, you go to the shop and you really pay attention to, you know, you decide whether you want to buy something or not, right? Experience that gut instinct and follow it. Take little steps and practice. And then it's very important, like, you deal with anxiety levels, depressions, because the anxiety, depression, you know, actually causes you to switch off from your body, and your skin is not picking up this experience when you're depressed and anxious, and you're not in a position to listen to your gut anymore. And when that happens, you know, so really let go of anxiety. And I did post something the other day. The old paradigm of mental health is that it cannot be recovered from, that we've inherited it, and it's a chemical imbalance. That is the old paradigm. But the new paradigm, you know, research and rise in complementary therapy and things like that, means that fully recovery from mental health problems like depression, anxiety is possible. And so recover from it, and it's very important that we do something meaningful to our life. That means we're connecting with the purpose. Do that, and when you live in a life like that, in a balanced life, we will get really better and better at listening to our gut instinct. Okay, So that is my thought for the day. If you've got any questions, let me know. I'm going to upload this to the YouTube channel as well. Please do share my YouTube channel with other people and sort of encourage them to, I mean, it's their choice if they want to subscribe, but share that so they can make that choice. You know, if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. That'll help me a lot to get the word about. And have a good rest of the afternoon. And then I'll speak to you another day. Thank you.